Welcome back, everybody, to this country playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. This is the lightweight category. I went in just to see what their weaknesses are and what their level is. So they're level 34, so that's roughly what we got here. So on ice, lightning, and fire. So I'm probably going to bring out the same team we had last time. So myself, Serval, Astra,
The Express has been a lifeline.
and then
Time to
Link,
return the favor.
healing. I could justify
side by side with you, sis.
bringing in her instead.
Remember, Serval, don't rush the beat.
We'll try it. So I've got 3 of them covered then. Okay. There's 2 waves.
No manners, huh?
Bounce.
Time for the main event.
Keep up.
We have the upper hand.
Done.
Specimen sighted.
Big damage.
Commencing research. Deep breath.
Heal.
Saving me won't
Songs
earn
for
you
you.
any favors. Turn it up.
Thank
We
you.
have the upper hand. Ready for another? Scared yet?
Huh? Who invited you?
Okay. We will do this.
Oh, let's see. Keep up.
We have the upper hand. Perfect.
I'm going to
Ready
do
to
this.
lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Ow. Increase critical damage from allies by 240%. Who have we got? You. Many pigeons. Fire and wind.
No manners, huh?
Sure. Okay.
Huh?
Just attack. A
Turn
crit.
it up.
There's some shock there.
Ready for another? Specimen sighted.
Good crit hit.
Oh, I think something bit me. Ouch.
Ouch, indeed.
Commencing research.
Restore.
Thanks for the support.
Gonna get a full restore here.
Thanks for the support.
Keep up.
Should kill you. You're frozen and broken. Let's
Oh,
bounce.
let's see.
Time for the main event.
Turn it up.
Ready for another?
Attack.
Specimen sighted. Enemy data secured. Network
everyone.
activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Big damage.
Huh?
Bathing buds. When an ally attacks with a single target ability, additionally regenerates 20 energy. Okay. Single targets are the way here. Big boy. Something that probably is ice.
Time to get vigilant.
The single target here should be the way forwards.
Commencing support.
Use the main one.
Enemy data secure.
This should hopefully bring the
Network
defense
activated.
down.
Time for good old counterattack.
Let's bounce. Or meteor storm, but
Everything is ordained by
bounce
the
on the
stars.
right.
Stars.
Bring
Give
everyone
these
up.
trailblazers your blessing.
Pretty good crowd today.
Let's rock.
Ready to lose yourself?
Do this
you
AoE.
can fight it or rock with it.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
He's frozen, by the way.
Brother, sister.
Okay.
Commencing support.
The show must
Yeah,
go
they
on.
hit like trucks. Recommended level 35. We'll exit the challenge. Okay, and you go back to the beginning. Okay. That's fine. We'll come back for that. So. If it 4 dots effects on one enemy at the same time. And 20,000... A total of 20,000 damage to enemies inflicted with weakness break in a single battle. Cool. Okay. Yeah, my lineup's still the same from that. Okay, let's go back in here. I want to look at the missions. So we've got Natasha's one to do. Here. And I think everyone else is at Herta or the Astral Express. So let's do Natasha's clinic. I'm sure we'll be able to come back and do more Fight Club. Let's do the origin of the medicine.
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness.
The exploration will make progress. Your journey will be free of pain. Of course, even if you do get injured by accident, no need to panic. Just leave it to the doctor. Need any help, Natasha?
You came at a good time. There is something you can help me with.
Have I not got...
According to my patient records, there are a few that haven't come for their follow-up visits. It happens from time to time, but never as regularly as this. I'm a bit concerned. Have you heard of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society?
Never. Sounds suspicious.
I agree. Generally speaking, mutual aid societies like these allow patients to share their experiences and support each other. It's a way of countering all the negative emotional effects of being ill. But there might be more to this society than that. I've got a few patients who have started refusing treatment since joining the society. It certainly makes you wonder. And the most suspicious part is that no matter how much I ask, no one's ever willing to tell me anything about it. And that's where you might be able to help.
Got it. You want me to go undercover?
It sounds dangerous, but what I want you to do is actually very simple. Investigate this so-called mutual aid society and find out what exactly they're up to. If I find out they're preventing me from doing my job, or if they're bringing harm to my patients, I won't just sit on the sidelines. Can I entrust you with this task?
Absolutely.
This little clinic has huge numbers of patients to deal with every day. If I didn't have you here to help me out, I wouldn't be able to focus on giving them quality care. Good luck. I'll be sure to thank you properly when you're back.
Right, origin of the medicine. We need to go around and just chat to a few people, I would presume. Have a collectible. Okay.
You. I've seen you in the clinic. You run errands for Natasha, right? Your cover? What are you talking about? Let me guess. Natasha wants you to persuade me to go back for a follow-up visit, right?
Right.
What's the use? I'm terminal. Life will be over before I know it.
Was that Natasha's diagnosis?
Of course not. I read it in a book. Every book I read has descriptions that match my symptoms exactly. I can diagnose myself with a dozen incurable diseases before I get halfway through. For people in my situation, a follow-up visit is just a waste of time and money. Not to mention medicine.
I giggle because it's that scenario where if you were to put the scenario and the symptoms of the common cold into like Google, it would always return the more serious ones first, and people get really worked up and don't think that they've got this really bad illness, disease, they're going to die when they've got the common cold, and it's just that's what doctors are for. So enough to have you joining the Mutual Aid Society then.
Mutual aid what now? What are you talking about? What else is there to say? Natasha was seeing me free of charge. She said I could keep a tab running for as long as I liked, then pay it back when I had the opportunity. Guess I'm too proud.
Money is one thing, but life?
You think I need you to tell me? Don't try and persuade me. I've already thought this through. Dr. Vash never charged me anything either. Natasha's great, but Vash was always my number one.
Who's Vash?
Natasha's brother. They both used to practice medicine back in Rivertown. I heard he was a top student from the Overworld Medical Academy. Bellabog's main hospital wanted him. I have no idea what convinced him to set up down here. A kind heart, maybe.
Free medical care? Don't believe it.
What do you mean? Dr. Vash was a people's doctor. He handed out free medicine. He even followed up with detailed questions on how he felt. The underworld is always short on medical resources. They say that Dr. Vash made all his own medicine himself.
Why don't you go to him anymore?
You think I don't want to? I heard that he passed away. I should keep my voice down. Don't go telling anyone else about this next bit.
I won't.
I heard that Natasha had something to do with Dr. Vash's death. They say she was jealous that her brother had stolen her patients, so she...
And you believe that?
It's just something people were saying. I don't think Dr. Natasha could do something like that.
He's the secret leader of the wildfire.
Forget I said anything. Since Dr. Natasha sent you over specially, I'll do her a favor. I'll go to the clinic for my follow-up a little later. Bye for now.
Cool.
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to money issues. I should find another patient to talk to.
Hello, old lady.
What was that? Oh, you'll have to be louder. My ears aren't what they used to be. Oh, everything's muffled.
I wanted to ask why you're not going for your follow-up visit.
Ah! A follow-up visit. Is that what you're asking about? Natasha's a wonderful girl. She always gives me a thorough checkup. But at this age, it's rather a lot to bear. Even if they could cure me. I'm sure I wouldn't be around for long. I don't want to waste anyone's time.
You should listen to Dr. Natasha.
That girl's always trying to get me to take my medicine on time. I know her heart's in the right place. My husband had the same illness as me, but he never touched the medicine. He wanted to make sure I had enough. Then, one day, he said he needed to take care of some things at the mine. He never came back. He was forever saying he wanted to go before I did. Ah, selfish old fool. I miss him. Now that he's gone, who cares how long I stick around?
Natasha cares.
You're not wrong, I suppose. That girl certainly spares me no effort. But I always feel like I'm a burden to her. Okay, you win. It's off for another follow-up visit with Dr. Natasha, I suppose. Did you want to say something else? My ears are terrible.
Have you heard of the Mutual Aid Society?
Virtual who?
Mutual Aid Society.
All right, I heard you. Do you have to shout? No, I've never heard of any mutual aid society.
28. Avoiding a follow-up visit because of her husband. I should find another patient to talk to.
We'll have a look at your wares, actually, sir. Sure. Claim the stuff over here. Cool. Champion's headgear. Increases physical damage. After the wearer attacks or is hit, their attack increases by 5% for the rest of the battle. I'm gonna buy it, right? Pretty decent. Silver main badge. What do we use this for? Probably for upgrading some stuff. You're locked. Okay. We are wildfire. Okay, let's look at... I've got another Eidolon level. Which gives me skill level +2 up to maximum level 15. And talent +2.
Choice isn't as elusive as it seems.
Oh, fuck off, ball. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah, that's gone up.
Nice.
Time this character inflicts weakness break on an enemy, attack increases by 12%. Attacking enemies with physical weakness restores Trailblazers HP over their attack. Okay. Also going to change relics here, I think. because every time they're hit or hits, their attack can go up by 25%. And their physical damage, so yeah. Put this on. Crit rates, attack. Can we enhance? Can. More attack. That's HP. Guessing I've got nothing I can. We get effect hit rate. Okay. Get some speed. Attack. 13. Okay. That's got critical damage. And for you, HP, so it's like a 6% increase on HP. More attack, more percentage attack. So I prefer percentage attack than raw. What have we got? Defense. Okay. Light cone. Enhance this. That's good. Preservation. Start of battle, the damage dealt by all allies decreases by 8% for 5 turns. At the same time, it restores HP to all allies equal to 30% of the respective HP difference between the character's max HP and current. For the first 5 turns, I do less damage. Oh, dealt to all allies. I get 8% damage reduction and I can restore my health. Okay, sounds okay, but let's carry on. You suspicious patient.
Why haven't I gone for my follow-up visit? Are you a patient too, or did Dr. Natasha send you over?
Patient.
Who else would care about people like me? I don't need Dr. Natasha's help now. Tell her to save her worries and medicine for other people.
Through seeing her too.
Huh, so you had a dispute with her. She's the only kind-hearted doctor in the underworld. I just don't really approve of her methods, that's all. Too idealistic, no real efficacy. She tries to save everyone, which means she can't save anyone. In the end, it's the patients who suffer, and she just tires herself out. Miners like me don't have time for lengthy treatments. If I can't take something and get right back to work, I may as well lie down and wait for death to come knocking. Did you, know Dr. Vash? His wonder medicine is cheap, and the results are immediate. You just need to, be willing to, take a little risk.
Risk?
Dr. Vash's medicine is different. Lots of people make a full recovery after taking it, but some get worse. And the unlucky ones check out early. Even knowing the risk, most people fight tooth and nail to get hold of the medicine. You know why?
No idea.
You've clearly never been in really dire straits. When life forces you to the edge, you'll throw yourself at any opportunity, even if it means risking it all. For people like us, a slow and torturous treatment is the same as a death sentence. If it's between that and a quick result, we'll take the latter. Forget it. Why am I telling you all this? Dr. Vash is dead anyway.
Where can I go and get this wonder medicine?
What? Now you're interested in the wonder medicine? Listen up. The Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society is still selling that medicine. I can tell you where they trade, but there's a rule. You must not tell any of this to Dr. Natasha, you hear? If you break the rule, you'll face the consequences. Here, take this. It's the address. A final warning. Do not reveal this information to Natasha.
I know where to find the wonder medicine. What should I do next?
Go and visit.
That patient didn't want me to tell Natasha about this. Should I listen to him?
Let's investigate the wonder medicine address first. I think that is... Of course it's in Rivet Town and... here. Everything's in Rivet Town.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
To buy medicine from the Mutual Aid Society.
Medicine? Oh, you mean Dr. Vash's wonder medicine, right? You're the same as everyone else that comes through here. If you want medicine, you don't need to go any further. You talk to me. And we only take cash. This ain't a charity.
If the patient doesn't have any money.
No money? Then you don't get any. You go home and wait for death. Say, what are you trying to pull here? If you can't afford it, then get out of my sight. I've got medicine to sell. Wait a minute. Your clothes. Are you friends with that doctor woman? I've seen you at the clinic before. I know it. Get lost. Now. If you're a friend of that woman, then you're not welcome here. Shop's closed today. No customers.
Wait. What about our medicine? We've been waiting for ages.
Get lost, all of you. Save your breath and come back some other time.
That medicine seller sure closed up shop in a hurry. I should head back and report to Natasha.
Okay. Head over.
That thing's been cursed.
There's inspiration in every glance and every breeze.
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness.
Okay. Explain what you found about the Mutual Aid Society.
So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results, and now they're selling this so-called wonder medicine to patients? Any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual aid.
Patient said that he was willing to take the risk.
As a doctor, I don't accept that. I'm responsible for their well-being. My attitude towards this wonder medicine won't change. What Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental byproducts. The word medicine doesn't apply here. I warned the patients countless times, but seems like they had their heads in the sand all along. No wonder they kept the Mutual Aid Society a secret from me. I'm guessing the patients you met weren't exactly singing my praises, which is why you tracked the dealer down and made inquiries first. I don't blame you. After everything you heard, I'm grateful you came back to find me. Your trust is important to me. If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the clinic. See what they have to say about the effects.
Talk to the patients in the clinic.
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to help those in need. I don't buy it. People's doctor, that's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. Vash used to distribute free medicine all the time, but he couldn't have cared less about the people taking the medicine. The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. It didn't matter if the medicine worked or not. What mattered was having a constant stream of willing lab rats. Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks. That's just how I see it.
Fair enough.
The medicine Vash left behind? That stuff... Can you even call it medicine? I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He didn't deserve the title doctor. He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just prescribed me his so-called wonder medicine. If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
No.
Are you hurt? Let me take a look. I still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issues surrounding Vash. My relationship with him. The things he's done in the underworld. It's a long story. I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. What do you make of him?
Zero medical ethics.
I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the wonder medicine. I want you to see the real consequences of abusing that medicine. Once you've understood her situation, come back and tell me what you think. After that, I want to ask for your help again.
Okay. Find a victim of the wonder medicine.
Follow up for the win!
Lonely woman.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of Dr. Natasha.
Who? And who am I?
You haven't introduced yourself yet.
Where's my husband? And where's my child? Where are they? You know where they are, right?
I'm afraid not. Are you okay?
You don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. Where? Where did they go?
Come over here, child. It's best to leave that poor lady in peace. Let me explain. That poor lady. Both her husband and child became ill and passed away.
You must have been seriously ill.
Oh, well, not terribly serious, but they needed to get treatment every now and then, which did impact their livelihood. In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, they bought some kind of wonder medicine. Who would have thought their condition would deteriorate so rapidly after they began using it? The two began to suffer terribly, such that death then became a blessing. It wasn't long before they departed this world, one after the other. From that moment on, she became as you see her now. If Dr. Natasha hadn't taken her under her wing, well, it doesn't bear thinking about.
Sounds like poison.
And yet, what more could have been done? They were warned about the medicine. They were told about the risks. They chose to roll the dice. Talking about it tires me out. At least my husband and I are able to help her where we can. I just hope that one day she can lead a normal life again.
Again, random things that people just say. take them for gospel.
Are you hurt? Let me take a look. Did you speak to her? By the look on your face, I'm assuming you've come to understand the wonder medicine all too well.
There's people selling this stuff are devils.
Yeah. Be it Vash or the Mutual Aid Society, forces like that can take full advantage of the typical underworld state of mind. Let me tell you a story. There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill. The doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. He named his research project Blizzard Immunity. But his research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to such experiments. As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld, claiming that he wanted to support the medical effort below ground.
Stay silent.
Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, as far as medicine was concerned, her brother had always been the standard she'd strived to attain. She brought her brother underground and entrusted him with her clinic and laboratory. I think you know what comes next.
Hard to believe he's your brother.
Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subjects. On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget their pain for a while and neglect their regular treatment plans. The result? Patients with mild illness would attribute their recovery to the so-called wonder medicine, while patients with serious illness would quickly deteriorate, and sometimes die. I cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. No true doctor would accept that. That's why I want you to help me recover all the wonder medicine. Are you willing to take on this assignment?
Sure.
Thank you. This will be hard for the people that have come to rely on the wonder medicine, but it's up to us to remove this false hope. You mustn't hesitate. Recover every last reagent that Vash left behind. I'll take responsibility for the consequences. Don't worry about that. Go. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Right, back off to Rivet Town then. And time to get a fight underway.
Stop right there. No one's allowed up ahead.
Hand over the wonder medicine.
Oh, playing the hero, are we? Is this a stick-up? Wait a minute, you're that clinic woman's lackey, aren't you? Did you think the Mutual Aid Society didn't have its own intel? She's after our medicine and sent you here to smash the place, right? Men, look lively and send this idiot packing already.
Who invited you?
Okay.
Oh, let's see.
Get broken.
Time for the main event.
Get
Ready
broken.
This is our chance.
There's his attack up.
This song's for you. Let's rock.
Easy enough. Expecting it
best
not
is
to
yet
be
to
so. The box has some medicine labelled with experimental numbers. Must be the wonder medicine the Mutual Aid Society was talking about. And hear footsteps behind.
Well, look who we have here. Your reputation precedes you, outsider. I didn't take you for a bandit and a thief. You
Who are you?
listen here. I'm the president of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society. The medicine we hold here is lifeblood for many of our members. Are you sure you want to deprive them of that?
Yes.
Those poor patients. Along comes a life-saving wonder medicine only to be snatched away by a shameless bandit like you. The underworld is full of sickness. What would happen if we left it all to that clinic to treat? My mutual aid society has relieved that doctor of patients at the end of the road. Shouldn't she be thanking me?
Natasha would never give up on a patient.
Seems like you are quite bent on dismantling our operations, aren't you?
Yes.
Fine. Seeing as you came all this way, it'd be rude not to give you the opportunity. Men, seize the medicine thief.
Really, dude? Couple of lackeys.
Manners, huh? Pretty good crowd today.
Let's
Keep up.
We have the upper hand.
do that.
This is our chance.
Boom. There's some more attack.
Who invited you? Who will it be? Time for the main event.
Let's do that.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
Simple enough.
Blast it! What did we ever do to you? Why are you taking away our moneymaker?
People are dying.
Moneymaker? So you admit it then? You're not in this to save lives, you're in it to get rich.
What are you doing here? Oh, as if we didn't have enough trouble already.
Selling fake medicine with false kindness. You should have expected trouble to find you sooner or later. I have a responsibility to protect the well-being of my patients. Or to put it another way, I must eradicate any and all threats to them.
You can't save everyone. The underworld is teeming with sickness. How could you possibly pull it off?
You're right. I can't save everyone alone. But if I must, I would sacrifice food and sleep to treat them. The debt that Vash owes to the underworld rests with me. All I can do is help everyone to the best of my ability. To the very end.
So stubborn. In that sense, you're no different from your crazy brother.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Your actions today have saved many underworld families. I'll find a way to dispose of Vash's leftover reagents. Next time the Mutual Aid Society wants to whip up a quack cure, they'll be out of luck. Let's go back to town. I still owe those patients an explanation.
Here's a crystal of gloves or something. A relic. Oh yeah, my assignments are done. Just dispatch again. Okay. Don't know what it was. Okay, we'll have a look later. Right, let's go back to Boulder Town. I do like this fast travel system. It is quite handy that you can just do it.
There's inspiration in every glance and every breeze.
We'll get this this done.
Uh-oh. It looks like the patients have surrounded Natasha.
Surrounded?
Let's hear what they're saying.
What are you saying, Doctor? The wonder medicine is out of supply?
Correct. That medicine is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wildfire has cut off the supply chain. Your ailments need rational, scientific treatment. Relying on pseudo-medicines will only worsen your condition.
Rational and scientific, huh? The way I see it, you're just jealous you lost your patients.
How dare you speak to Dr. Natasha like that? Where are your manners?
Ma'am, please, think for a moment. How can you still be siding with her? That wonder medicine was working fine for us, and now it's gone because she wants it to be? How can she?
I understand your anger, but as your doctor, I ask you to trust my judgment. I will find a way to access more medical resources and help you through your struggles. If I must, I'll get help from the surface.
The surface? I almost forgot that you were an overworld big shot.
Have some respect for Dr. Natasha.
If it's respect she wants, she better find a replacement for the wonder medicine fast. If not, I'll tell everyone about how she set up Dr. Vash. I'm out of here.
Go over and speak to her.
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness.
Net.
Oh, you're here. I apologize. That must have made for uncomfortable viewing.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. If I were in his shoes, I may well have had the same reaction. Now I need to focus on treating the patients and dispelling their doubts. Let's leave it for now. I'll feel a lot better once I've gotten rid of this mess that Vash left us. Now's as good a time as any to tell you Vash's whole story. If there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate to ask.
Was he your biological brother?
No, but I used to think we were so close that we may as well have been. I, actually grew up in the orphanage. It wasn't until I was adopted by an overworld family that life changed for me. My adoptive mother always saw me as her own flesh and blood, and Vash loved me like a sister. That is while we were still young. My adoptive parents belonged to a prominent medical family. As kids, we were exposed to all kinds of medical texts. When we were older, both of us got straight into Belobog's medical school. We were on a path into the medical profession.
What kind of person was Vash?
He was gentle and introverted. But when it came to work, he could be absurdly obsessive, like a completely different person. Whenever I made a mistake in an experiment, he'd bite my head off. And then a while later, he'd apologize and comfort me.
Jekyll and
He
Hyde.
was conflicted in that way.
So, you knew this medicine was his work?
I didn't know he had leftover reagents in Rivet Town. I was shocked when you told me. If you fail to make a clean break with the past creeps up on you.
Did he really pass away?
That's a long story. Ever since he was little, Vash had always wanted to develop a medicine called blizzard immunity. He saw the human body's vulnerability to cold as a disease, and wanted to cure it so that humanity could survive the eternal freeze. If he succeeded, people would be able to leave Belobog and rebuild their homes in the snow plains. I do admire his vision and perseverance, even though blizzard immunity always seemed unachievable to me. I knew his research in the overworld wasn't going well. I used to write to him and ask him to come down and stay with the kids in the orphanage for a while. I thought it might help take his mind off his research. But I was too young to know what long-term frustration could do to a person. It changed him in a terrible way. During his stay in the underworld, he met patients affected by fragmentum corrosion with mild symptoms. Compared with non-patients, their bodies reacted differently to hot and cold. And that fascinated Vash. He began to simulate mild fragmentum corrosion, thinking that it could lead to breakthroughs in developing blizzard immunity. Those reagents of his aren't cure-alls for critical illness. That doesn't exist. Vash made the reagents to mitigate the suffering of his patients in the short term. A convenient way for him to observe changes in his test subjects. But behind my back, he had been doling out the reagents to residents who were kept in the dark. When it finally struck me that something was wrong, his terrible research had already turned him into a madman.
It lost its last shred of humanity.
Indeed. And it all happened under my nose. How ridiculous. My judgment was clouded by trust in a loved one. When his experiments were exposed, I spent a long time with Oleg discussing how to handle the aftermath. This was shortly before the underworld was sealed off. There were hardly any Silvermane guards remaining. We spent ages trying to find a way to handle Vash. In the end, Oleg suggested that we banish him and permanently deny him access to the underworld. Had his victims found out the truth, Vash would have been torn to pieces by furious underworlders. I was young and weak at the time. Oleg must have worried about how I'd react to such a scenario, or he wouldn't have suggested banishment.
Did the right thing.
I hope so. The day I learned the truth was the day I no longer recognized my brother. Oleg and I took Vash to the overworld. He made his final request to us. To take him outside the city to the snow plains he'd always wanted to conquer. His figure gradually disappeared into the snow curtain. I've been telling myself that Vash is dead ever since.
No body, no death.
Forgive me. I'm not good at telling stories. Vash was a terrible brother and a worse doctor. That's all you need to know. Let's call it a day. Thank you for cleaning up the mess my brother left behind. Here, for your trouble.
Trailblazer, some logs, some shield credits. Okay. Take a look at missions here. So that's the main mission, and then we've got Parlor Car. I wish there was a way of sorting by location. The adventure missions, yeah, they're no longer here. So we are going to cleanse in the darkness outside. Return to the surface. That's what we're going to be doing next, ladies and gents. So please like, comment, subscribe. All good stuff. It really is helping me out. There'll be some more Honkai Star Road in your way shortly. And I'll see you all in the next one.